note, thank you, Discord, for interrupting me there for a second. That bleep is to let all my Discord channels know that I have gone live. But let's get past that. Um, Warframe is better than Call of Duty because, again, you guys do get futuristic look alongside some really, really cool looking aesthetics. But the battle pass in this one is completely free. Ooh, pain points. I got that. Give me that too. Okay, but all this is free. You just gotta actually build up the XP to earn everything. There's no fucking pass you have to pay for. And guess what? This game is free, and the pass is free. Already better than COD. I don't have to pay for this. Okay, which is, yeah, cosmetics usually, and like mods, which, boost certain things. But at the same time, it's free. Guess what? A Warframe inventory slot. I get to have another Warframe when I unlock this. Right? Alongside, I think there's weapon slots, stuff like that in here too. Yep, there's the weapon slot. And guess what? It's 2 times weapon slots, meaning I can get 2 more weapons once I unlock this, which I already did. Right? Guess what? I also get formas 3 times, so I'm actually able to like forma a weapon or a frame to make them hold more mods, which we'll go over in a second. And we get these credits, which we can spend in the Creed's credit section, which, by the way, I only have 10 at the moment, so I'll have to go through and keep getting more, or wait to the next season and get a free, I think it's like, not like 60, I think it's like 30 or 60, where I can come in and purchase other mods or looks or, like actual weapon blueprints, right? Same as like actual Warframes as well, which depends on the season of what frame and what weapon is in there. But let's go over the next thing, which is the weapons. Okay? Again, this game is free to play. There is this many frames in this game, which, by the way, is not all of them, because some of these actually have what you call prime counterparts. So you're actually not seeing all the primes. Only the ones I own and have built are the only ones you get to see here. Okay? Just figured I'd say that, just so you guys could look and go, okay, if there is 70 frames, maybe 40 of those frames also have prime versions, so there's actually over 100 something frames, right? Crazy. And the prime versions actually have more health, more shield, more armor, more energy, but also their attacks or anything they do is also more. Meaning, like, for instance, a Volt's thing might only do 30 damage, but Volt Prime will do 45. Okay, just figured I'd say that out there at base, which I'm not saying that's exactly what it is, that's just a random example off the top of my head. Okay, same with, like, weapons. There is the regular versions, like, for instance, if I quickly go through here, the Exceltra Prime to the regular Exceltra, okay? Which, by the way, again, there is a Prime version, which means it probably holds a little more ammo, does a little bit more damage. Everything on the base stats go up a little bit, so it's better than the original, right? The primed version is the best version of everything in the game. Okay? And they added in the AX50 on like one of the latest updates. The EFV5 Jupiter, which is like a plasma version of the AK, got recently added. This game has been out for so long, and guess what? Yes, there's a talk of another version of Warframe coming, but they're still updating this one compared to something Call of Duty does, which only updates for like 1 year, maybe 2, and then bloop, it's off the map. This is a fucking, like, what, 15 to 20-year-old game, and it's always still getting new shit. Better than COD. Okay? But again, like, you get, appearances. If we go to skins, you can see there's like a couple skins here, so you can choose which skin you want and go buy it. Which, yes, you will have to buy it with real money, unless it shows this blue symbol. The blue symbol is credits. But anyways, back to what we're also going over. The different frames, different weapons. But we're going to go over better frames than a Trinity. Okay, so, already starting out the gate, You can go for a free version, which is like the prime version of Excalibur, which is Excalibur Umbra, which you go through the storyline of the game. There is a story, and it's a pretty okay one. Um, you get Excalibur Umbra, okay, which is like Excalibur Prime. He can cheese the interplanetary bosses, and these are going to be bosses you have to beat in order to move to your next planet. You can cheese those with Excalibur Umbra or Excalibur. You just have the right builds onto them, and you can cheese them. I've already showed doing this, so I'm not going to do it again. Okay? Next one is going to be a Gara Prime. Alright, so she has an ability where you bring out a circle of shields, which is like a shield that's like a big circle. You're going to use your first ability to bust this shield, which is going to send shards of glasses everywhere. Once you do this, it's going to proc a damage count. That damage count is going to keep being able to be built. So every time you expand out and break your thing and hit more enemies, you do more damage. Now, I think you do have to activate your fourth ability or one of the other ones. I'd have to refigure the controls again. You do one ability, and then you just spam two after that. And then you can actually build your thing up to where the ability does more and more and more and more and more damage, and it goes infinitely. Okay? Long as you have the energy, you can go infinitely. Alright, just figured I'd go ahead and show that. The next one, okay, is going to be a Hydroid Prime. Now, this one is not the best for heals, but if you don't have a Necros Prime, but you do have Hydroid, you can actually use Pilfering Swarm, which makes his tentacle modification do a double drop. So anything touched by the tentacle has a chance at doing a double drop. There is Nidus Prime, so this is a healer. You're able to use him to heal. You're going to use R1 and X. You're going to stomp on the ground. It's going to send out these little spikes. That is then going to build what's called stacks. When you get 3, you can hold R1 and press triangle, and you're going to have larva with grass that comes out of the ground, and anyone standing in that will have health regeneration. Yes, it's only around for X amount of time, but it's longer than the, Trinity. And anyone standing inside of it, it's infinite till the grass goes away. That's a better healer in my aspect. Necros Prime, on top of being a double drop, he always has a high chance at dropping a red health orb when an enemy dies. You stand on that, your health goes up. So, that in opinion, as long as you have a Necros that is built to run off of his health and not his energy, that constantly can drop an orb. And by the way, the health orbs I see is not the ones you see. The ones you see will not be the same ones I see. They're different per player. Meaning what I see might be different for you. What you see is different for me, okay? Figured I'd go ahead and point that out in this game. But you stand over the health orb, you get more health. And again, he pops them quite frequently. You can eat them like it's candy. Meaning your health stays pretty high as long as you stay near the Necros. That's a better healer, in my opinion, than a Trinity. Let's keep moving on. Okay. Now we're getting into, again, some also good areas. A Wisp Prime. Better than Necros, better than Trinity. If you're looking to be a healer frame, your thing is to be support, go with the Wisp or a Wisp Prime. She has these flowers you can set down, and there's a version you can get that sets all 3 in one placement. Guess what they do? Extra armor, extra health, melee, and firing your weapon speed goes up. Okay? I should say attack speed. That way it covers both guns and melee. So, attack speed, your health, and extra armor all go up, and you actually get more health for standing in it. Now, if you step out of the flowers, you get a timer. You step back into the flowers, as long as you're inside her radius, it's always there. It's infinite. And her flowers never go away unless, if I put one down and I place another, because I can put 2 of each flower type. Meaning if it's the health one, I can put 2. If it's the armor one, it's 2. If I do the one that lets you have melee speed, it's 2. So when I say melee, I should say attack speed because it's guns too, right? I get 2 of each plant. So now if I place one of each here, one of each at another location, and then I go, I'm going to place one at a new location, then the very first location will get deleted to put the third one down. But as long as I'm only doing the 2 locations, they will stay there infinitely. They will never despawn. Next one, this one is going to be adding speed to your team, melee speed to your team, and overall just being able to stun lock enemies is going to be Volt Prime. Very good. Again, better than a Trinity. Okay? Those are literally my top ones to tell you to go pick. Now, people like Yareli Prime, I don't. She has a waveboard that makes you take less damage while riding the waveboard, but your attacks is literally just ability based. You can't actually shoot your gun or use your actual sword, so your damage goes well down the drain to have more like damage reduction. But again, the better frames in my opinion is going to be a Volt Prime, a Wisp Prime, a Necros Prime, a Nidus Prime, Hydroid Prime, Gara Prime, and this one's not really a Prime, but I call him Excalibur Prime, but it's really Excalibur Umbra, but Umbra as well. Those are the best ones, in my opinion, in the game right now. But yeah, this game is 400 times better than Call of Duty will ever be. On top of like the dev support, the content upload over how many years this has been out. Like, this game is older than COD, but still gets more content more often than COD does. Crazy, I know. But even, like, a lot of the packs in the game, like my sword here to the costume you see here, actually looks good compared to Call of Duty, where they've been doing more Family Guy and American Dad type, like, crossovers alongside packs that look horrible for paid content, right? I mean, yes, they have a good few good ones, but they could never be this good, man, on a constant base. On top of that, like, you guys do get pets, and I was going over Sentinels earlier. Like, in Call of Duty, I'll show those in a second, which are these. Nautilus Prime, and here's my version of it, which I'm pretty sure there's a better version, so mine is more like the loot boosted, like it boosts your loot and vacuums it in, compared to, there is a version, I think, that can still be made. I don't know how to make it, so I'm gonna have to figure out through someone who knows how to make it, but it's the version that, like, I've seen it, like, deplete bosses. Like, the dude just stands there, and then somehow his little sentinel does, like, 5 million damage. You see that boss health go from full to, like, none in the matter of seconds. Especially in the new DLC area, which I think they also, when they done Eroxia, added on to the new DLC area. I think there's more content I can go do there. I have to go re-look again. But
what's your opinion on Bo 7, the Joke game?
Hold on. Boop, boop, boop. I don't think I put my phone next to me. Let me go on my computer right quick. Gotta move my my mic, guys. I am using my studio mic. What is my thing about what game? Oh my gosh. Boop. Oh, that's already YouTube. Boop, boop, boop. Oh no, that's not YouTube. I closed YouTube accidentally. Sorry guys. Instead of using my mouse, I probably should be, but it's actually not technically plugged into my computer. Even though I said Call of Duty, it's connected to my computer. I actually removed the actual cord that connects to it to move it into my mic, so it's not actually connected to anything. Boop. I gotta get to the stream, guys, so give me 1 second. View channel. Make sure I do this. Cancel all sound. And bloopsie. Alright, let's get your comment now, brother. Or lady friend. I'm not even going to try saying the name because I don't want to butcher it and make you mad. But what is your opinion on BO7, that joke game? I agree, it's a joke. Apart from it's already going to have broken skill-based matchmaking, engagement optimized matchmaking, but they're adding something in nobody liked. Like, if you remember when Advanced Warfare came out, nobody liked the EXO, being able to double jump. Nobody liked it. Everybody hated it. They were asking for it to be gone. They uninstalled the game, went to other games. I mean, it had a very low player base. And then when I looked at the, whatchamacallit, like when they do the reveals pretty much, but it's not a reveal, it's more like promotional content onto YouTube. The commercial, right, onto YouTube, and they've done a commercial. EXO is back. That literally, there's EXO in BO7, dude. And nobody liked that in Advanced Warfare. Why did they bring it? Like everybody hated it in Advanced Warfare, and then they're bringing it back. The only thing I didn't mind about EXO in Advanced Warfare is being able to EXO left and right to like really quickly move around. But the whole double jump I did not like. But the whole like you can click in and move left would EXO to the left, or you can click in and
I
move
get
right.
that the only one that they made great with boost jump was BO3.
I didn't really like any of the Black Ops series. I mean, coming from me, a Black Ops person is probably not going to like that. To me, the last best Call of Duty was like Modern Warfare, like MW3. Um, and that wasn't even XOE, that's all straight boots on the ground. The games from, like, we'll say the best to, like, my placement from, like, first to third, my first one would have to be Modern Warfare 3. My second underneath it would have to be MW2. And I'm not talking about the 2020 or 2019. I'm talking about like 2006, 2007, 2008, the OGs. MW3, MW2, and then COD for Modern Warfare would be my exact jump to tell people to go play. And I'm not talking about today's version, I'm talking about the OGs. They didn't have the skill-based matchmaking, the engagement optimized matchmaking. The hit reg wasn't horrible, as in if you shot someone, you shot them. If you missed, you actually missed. Now, I will say if you had really bad internet connectivity, you did lag, but that's dependent on what, like, internet company you went
2020
with.
MW, the first one was my favorite.
MW is 2019, brother. It's 2019 because 2020 was not MW. It was Black Ops. I believe that was Cold Wars. From 20 to 2021 is Cold War. 2019 was MW. Basically the Call of Duty, the COD for Modern Warfare remake, basically, up to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 is what they called it as well.
Yes, 2019.
Yes, 2019 still had it. It wasn't as bad for engagement technically engagement optimized matchmaking wasn't there. That was only skill based matchmaking, which they came out about and actually said yes, it was real after I think MW2, like when its cycle ended, was when they were like, yes, we actually did add it into our games. But they tried to lie about how far back that it was in. They actually begin the actual skill based matchmaking in the earliest game is 2019, and then it started going from skill-based matchmaking to, they tried to say they're switching to engagement optimized matchmaking, but they actually have both from Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War forward, all had SBMM and EOMM, which for other people that don't know what the acronyms stand for, it is skill-based matchmaking and engagement optimized matchmaking. The next thing to go over is COD for Modern Warfare MW2 OG and MW3 OG did not have those. Especially COD for Modern Warfare, they tried to say had it, but you can't really put that onto servers that they don't own. Because if you go back to PC and you look at COD for Modern Warfare, you could actually rent your own servers and set your settings up however you want them to be. And they had servers that were literally like custom made. It wasn't regular like you were playing regular. They were legit custom made. You can't put skill-based matchmaking or engagement optimized matchmaking in a game where people go and click on a server and can host their own. So they tried to lie about that. The earliest it ever touched was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 and forward. Now, I will say Black Ops I've never really cared about too much because even in Black Ops 1, I won't say it was skill-based matchmaking or engagement optimized matchmaking, but they did have server issues, as in hit reg. There's times where I would shoot somebody and it would not reg it. And they would be completely still, and I would be shooting like 6 rounds into them and only possibly 3 of them would get regged. And that's why I haven't really been into Black Ops. And Black Ops is actually, to be honest with you guys, is where that started, and they started looking into it to make skill-based matchmaking and engagement-optimized matchmaking, was in games that had that happening to figure out what caused it, and then later on in the line made a way to actually make it into paid games and call it their own creation that they've made. But if you go look at games before all that was going on, you would see how much better the games ran smoothly. How much less like internet like issues you've had, how much less hit reg was actually being crappy on you, how much less of all that was going on. So the best, like I will say the last greatest Call of Duty ever made was MW3 OG. But what was I doing in this game again? It's been a minute since I played Warframe. What was I doing? I think I was actually leveling an object. What was I leveling? Yes, the Daiku Prime. Great bow. I just don't like using bows in this game. But I did it because this bow can actually be broken. And the reason I'm saying that is because this is all I have on it right now. And it's only supposed to do, at maximum, 2,484 damage on a quick shot. And then on a charge shot, if I charge it all the way up, is only supposed to be 4,968 damage.
I wonder how long I've been subbed to you. I've been here for a min.
Ooh, I have no clue. I'd have to go through
My
all my different
name
subs.
was Metu.
Me too. Oh, me too. Dude. Me too. Okay, so you've been subbed to me since I played Ark. And you first started watching me back when I was doing... What map is that? The Center? No, it wasn't the... Second DLC of Ark. Whenever the second D of Ark Survival DLC to Ark Survival Evolved came out, is how long you've been subbed to me. Because you came in, I think, about 3 days into literally the DLC being released and me playing it, which I believe might have been the Center. But, yeah, you've been subbed that long, my dude. But... back to what I was saying, guys, like, where this is only supposed to be doing, like, on a max charge shot, 4,968.8 damage, you were going to see that this bow can red crit to literally 1,000,000 sometimes. It has the chance. It will literally hit for 1,000,000 damage as long as it's a headshot, which is insane. So, yeah, it's actually pretty good. And it's only got these mods on it. I can't wait to put 3 other mods where I could do like 2 different status effects and then have it go for status as well, because then we could be looking at like more than 1,000,000. It'd probably be like maybe 1.5 to 2 million damage per shot, which is already more than some of the guns in the game do. And I do mean actually more than some of the guns. And then we always have the good old Grand Prime on us because, you know, really great melee. Swings a little slow, but it's also the best melee in the game when it comes to maximum damage per swing. just figured I'd say that because this bad boy is 3,802 damage compared to if I went over and looked at another big sword like the War. So if I was to compare this, you can see the War's only 1,500 damage. If I go to the Galantine Prime, it is only 1,680 damage compared to the Grand Prime, which is 1,800. Okay? So this has the highest base damage, which means when I go for the damage multiplicative bits here, it is also going to do more damage per swing than any other sword in the game. Only drawback is it does swing a little slower. So, figured I'd quickly go ahead and show you guys that as well. Me too, if you play DayZ and you're on console, you can join my DayZ servers. You just have to go look for my videos for that to get the Discord to join, to see how to join the servers in DayZ. But I do have a server up that is a survival server in DayZ you can go join. Bloop. And it does have Hulk's kill feed bot, which, by the way, you guys will have to join into the Discord, so that way you can actually order supplies to your base now through the kill feed bot without having to go search for it. So if you're building a base, you can actually build up pretty quick. But we need to go to Hydron, go ahead and level a little bit, and do what we're going to do. Now, I want to know, am I able to do this on computer? No, that's only going to be saved. Oh, am I not able to, like... How do you do that on computer? I wanted to see if I'm actually streaming in 1080 like I should be. But it's not giving me the option to change the outputs on my computer, which is very weird. I'll have to look at that in a second. It might be waiting for an upload too, or whatever, but get this, do this, and I am playing as my Volt, which is going to be really quick leveling as well. As you guys can see, it's already leveling with them getting kills. But if I come over here and do this, you will notice my Daiku is already leveling super quick. My Daiku right now, if I quickly hover over, is now a level 2.
Sadly, I don't play games anymore, really just WW2 zombies or Phasmophobia.
Ah, okay, brother. All good, all good. Wait for them all to spawn in. Hit them with this. Daiku level 3. Hit it again. Daiku 4. Pile them up. Hit them again. Daiku level 5. So you can see how fast leveling is with this right now. Really, really easy. And if I had... Hold on, do I? I do not. If I had a booster going, this would be like times 8 times faster, pretty much. I'm going without a booster, and I'm leveling this thing pretty quickly. So, my Daiku's level 7, and we're only on round 3. Go ahead and stay. And Angry Rock there is probably already level 30 for his frame or whatever he's leveling. We are not, so we're staying till we basically get there, or we're so close that the extra XP will be there.
But I'll always stop by main. I got work tomorrow.
Alrighty, brother. You have a good day at work tomorrow, and thank you for stopping by. Also, guys, I have not quit making music for Red Shady. What I am doing is actually working on a brand new, I want to say album, but technically not. But I'm trying to get, like, I don't know, between 5 or 8 different songs that are bangers recorded. And then start being able to upload once every 2 days. So that way I can keep a consistent, like, song schedule with you guys. So I do have Red Shady still kind of setting in the back pocket for that. But, as you guys are seeing, we are leveling uber quick. And we will back out after this, because I do kind of want to play a different game. I came over here just to kind of go over some stuff, like I said I would in the last stream. What at? We're on wave 5, and we doubled our XP. Oh, I was going to try to hit that with a full charge shot. But he died before I could. But again, guys, we are level 10 going, like, literally we're on wave 5 and we're level 10. We've literally basically doubled what our level is compared to the round or wave we're on. And was this the... Oh, no, it is actually a whole totally new one. I wanted to make sure, guys, sorry. Because Iatan treasures, I believe is what those called. No. Yeah, treasures. You can put them in sculptures, and you get more Indo for it. So that's why I'm collecting them. Indo is what's used to make your mods better. Which I probably should have went over with you guys a little bit ago. So we'll get out of this, and then I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. And then show you what I mean by, like, allowing more mod space and stuff like that, too. There you go. Now we can leave. And we'll see how much real XP we actually got. So, it said we were level 10. Let's see what level we actually are. 17. So, for 5 waves, we leveled 17 times. Okay? Now notice the XP on that is not that hard to get. And alongside, if I go up here, we actually... Yeah, no we don't. Because this is just active cell and then the coupon. What is this? Yeah, Razorback. So occasionally you will see this right here where all Nintendo acquire Affinity at a double rate. Limited time. This dropped on 8/28/25 at 11 o'clock. Alright? And it's already done because it would actually be under this. If I'd done this, you would see it active right there. So, it's not active no more. And you can see one mission, I'm already level 17 with this weapon. That's why I love going to Hydron, and I could have stayed in one more time, got it up to level 20, left, came back, and then literally had it level 30 by staying to, like, I think wave, like, what, wave 8? 9? Something like that, and I would have been level 30, so literally just, like, 2 visits to Hydron, and anything I have will be max level 30. And that's without a double XP thing. There is a way of getting double XP in the game. It just costs real money if they don't do the free drop like that, where the free drop only goes for, I think it's like 2 or 3 days usually. I think the longest I've seen was like a 5-day one. But what you do is you go under here, and I have it under favorites, so I'm just going to go to favorites actually instead of going through that. So wish list, show all, and then scroll down, and you're going to see right here. Affinity booster for 30 days is 200 plat. I only have 30. And plat cost real money, by the way, guys. Or you got to trade objects to have people pay for it using plat, which is real money. But there's also the credit boosters, the resource drop chance booster, and the resource booster here. So the drop chance and this, so that way you get more of the rare resource, double the chances of resource drops, and also doubles the amount of resources you get from pickups. By the way, I have both of these kind of already going with one Warframe, and that's why I said basically it's free for a lifetime. I never have to buy these anymore, and anyone running with me never has to buy these anymore. The only things you guys gotta worry about is this. Just for more XP, same as me. This is the only thing I gotta worry about is just this. So if I wanted it, that would be 200, 200 of these, which by the way, this is the pricing. Okay, this is how much you get, how much bonus you get for each one. But if I hover over $4, $10, well, actually technically it's 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, and then like 150. Technically, it's actually more than 150 because at 149, 7 cents per 7 cents per dollar. You're probably looking at like $180 here after tax. This one is like 110, 115 after tax. This one is like 57 after tax. This one is like 21.90 something after tax. Actually, no, it's 24. It's 24.75 after tax. This one is 10.91, and this one's gonna be like 540 something or 550 something like that after tax. Okay? Just figured I'd show in my currency what each one is, and yes, you guys do get to see that. But again, platinum cost real money. Alright, so I'd have to go for 200. So if I wanted 200, let's see, so that's 75, 170 plus 55. So technically, I think that's already added into this number. I would have to go with 20 bucks, which is 370 plat, which I would have 70 plat left over, right? So I'd have to spend $20 to get this, which goes for a full 30 days. So every 30 days, I need to spend 20 bucks. And if I'm also paying for PS Plus, I usually only do the 1091. 1091 plus the 21 is going to be like, we'll say $33 after tax, right? Is what you would normally be spending if you were doing that monthly. Now, if you don't have frames and weapons to constantly level, don't get this. Okay? Only get it when you're actually knowing you're going to be sitting down leveling through a good amount of shit. Or you're farming a lot and you're going to need to constantly build the level of the weapon and frame up. Then go for those. But credit, resource drop chance, and resource booster, all three of those, you don't need. You can actually get those for free. One, get your Nautilus, not the Prime. You can do the Prime if you want. The Prime's better, because I do have Prime. But you want a Nautilus, and you are going to want this frame. Alright, where did I put you? Up here. Come on, Necros, where you at? Zephyr. Nidus. I seen the N, I started going for it, but no, that's not. Here we go. You want this guy right here, Necros. You can get the regular, or you can get the Prime version. Okay, regular or Prime. Regular is not going to be as good as the Prime because Prime gets more health, more stuff like that. So he's not as squishy. But here is pretty much going to be what your mods are going to look like. Okay, which is going to be you're going to have Physique and Rush, Carnus Carapace, Overextended, Streamline, Stretch, Vitality, Umbral Intensify, Blind Rage, and Deathpool. Okay, which is my test version. The regular alt version is going to be Physique, Rush, Still Fiber, Redirection, Carnus Carapace, Stretch, Deathpool, Power Drift, Blind Rage, and Overextended. Now, notice anything? I only get 500 health with this one, but I actually get 888 with this one while still keeping 100% duration, 80 efficiency, 235 range, and 177 strength compared to 145. So that's why I made the test version, which actually is going to be my new regular. This is the new reg. Now you'll notice how, see how this one here says 8? It's not really an 8, okay? So when I say mod capacity, that's going to be using one of these, okay, which is going to be the Forma. You go to polarize, you click on this, and then like that is a double, so you'd go through here and try to find the double, and I would be able to place that, and then this 9 would cost less. Okay, I'm not going to place it because I don't have to re-level Necros up. Really just not want to do that. And then the Umbral ones, you actually need an Umbra version of the polarization. So see where this says Forma, like the Omni, Forma, and Forma? The Omni is not really Omni, because it says any slot to be compatible with any mod polarity. That's not true, because this actually does not work with Umbral mods. You actually need an Umbral Forma for this, and I will show you there is that and where to get it. But yeah, you'd have to get the Umbra Forma, and then you'd be able to mod for an Umbra slot, which means that 15 would go down to maybe a 8, I believe. It's 8 or 9. It would only cost 8 or 9 slots once it's in that. And how you know that is because this card here is a 6, which means overextended on max would actually be a 12. It reduces your mod's cost by half as long as it's in the proper slot. But now if I tried putting a minus in a triangle slot, it'd make it cost more. Okay, so you want to put a triangle in a triangle spot. And some Warframes and weapons might have the wrong card type that you need, meaning like it might be a dash where you might need a triangle and you don't really need another dash. So you will have to take a Forma and repolarize the slot that it's in. Okay, so it will no longer be a dash here, it would be your triangle. Or whatever is here, because you can see we got the person look, the augment, and then you have the Exilis, the Y, the triangle, the dash, double dash, and all of this. So the Y is Madre. Madre. You have this one, which is going to be the little D, okay, which is called Vazarin. You have your minus, which is Noramon, and then you have your double dash, which is Zenoric, which is going to be your different versions of like certain things that's in here you'll learn about later, but they're also the symbols to what your mods are. Okay, and then you also have your Umbra, which is this symbol here on this card, as you can see. So you have Umbra Fiber and Vitality. There is also Inni, which is the little like circle thing here, which is great. As you can see, this right here has a circle, and that's why it's accepting this card nicely. But yeah, you guys will have to learn how to figure out what things do, and pretty much like if you hover over what you get from something, and also the negatives. The reason I say negatives is because if we look at overextended, I get really good ability range, but then notice what happens to my ability strength. Yeah, bye 60%, 60% of my ability strength. That's negative 60%. Okay? So that's why I had to come in here and go with Blind Rage, which gives me 90% ability strength, removes ability efficiency. So that's why efficiency went down to 80%, but I got to keep 177% of my ability strength. Okay? So you do have to kind of look at doing that occasionally. And then here's 30% ability efficiency, helping with a little bit of my efficiency, right? Which is why I'm at 80%. And then range, all that. Like, again, we have the other thing for range. Desecrate Augment no longer consumes energy, but consumes 10 health. So this is where I said, you know, you want this Augment in order to change from energy to health pool. But this character is really, really good for farming up supplies you need. Now, to go over mod to how to upgrade your cards. For instance, Blind Rage here, I don't want to do it all the way up because you don't really get much for it. So you can see I go from 90 just to like 99. It's not even 100, so I only get 9% more out of it. And I lose another 5% of my ability efficiency, which is why I'm not doing it. And it goes from a 15 to a 16, okay? As you can see right here is what the card actually naturally costs compared to what it shows here. Okay, so that already shows it's divided by half. But when I press R2 on this, you're going to see there's this one little gray star. It's going to be hard to see. It's right near my little cursor. Okay? That can turn blue. If I do R1, you will now see there is a brand new blue star. Compared to here, there's this one that lights up. Okay? I need 15,360 Indo and 741,888 credits in order to finish this one off. I'm not going to. Don't really need to do it. But that is just to show you guys what upgrading costs and why it's a grind, but also how to do it. Now, I will say certain mods you do want to go all the way up in, stuff like that, like especially like stretch or, you know, something like that. Go ahead and do it. The ones you really want to start looking at, like, should I do it? Is it really worth it? Is going to be like your Umbral mods and primed mods. Or anything with like a super big bar like this. Kind of be weary about, apart from there is ones like Vitality here that you do want to send it up to get that 100% extra health. Or versions like, actually I think it's under the D still, so you go to Vazarin and scroll over, what you got redirection, which is 100% extra shield capacity, or steel fiber, which is going to give you 100% extra armor. Now I will let you guys know, depending on what type of frame you run, is going to be how your build is going to go. A Necros is squishy, so that's why I went with health and armor here, but then all health here, so I keep the highest amount of health to be able to keep running my Death Pool, which is going to be my Desecrate Augment to be able to keep getting extra resources, right? But now there's other ones where maybe it's low health, but your shield is through the roof, so you actually want to still build for more shield. So you want to look at your stats and build for your stats. Okay, for instance, like if I go to like for instance Rhino, okay, now I probably don't have him built completely correct, but if I remember him, he is a shield character, yeah, high shield. So with that being said, I want to build for my shield, okay, and then from there I might throw on something for extra health or something like that down the line. But he is a very big shield character, meaning I'm using Carnus Carapace and Saxum Carapace and the redirection to really throw in some shield. And actually what I could do here to build this a little bit better is I could take off Vitality and throw on, unless it's already up there, I don't think it is, it's a D, yeah, I could throw, it actually might already be up there. I didn't see it. Direction. There it is. Steel fiber. I could probably throw steel fiber in the place of Vitality just to have that extra armor. So to be 1,000 armor, 1,000 shield. So it's literally going to be like shield gating 101. But I went ahead and done a little bit of Vitality. But you could possibly throw in steel fiber here and still feel pretty good. Right, it's just knowing how to mod your frames. I just mod a little bit weird sometimes. As again, Yarrelli. Whoops, I did not mean to do it that way. This is my Rhino. Gotta find my Rhino. Because what I meant to do is this. And go through here. So, oh, this is my Yarrelli. What? I did do it that way. I thought I went right here and clicked it. My man. I don't know why I done that. There, Yarrelli. So, she, on the other hand, if I go here, you guys can see I do need to form a her. Because 14 span, what was supposed to be there? How was I building this build? Because I believe it was redirection, overextended, which is ability range. There's my ability strength and chance to resist. Oh, I think it was this. I just didn't have that, although that takes efficiency down. I think it's supposed to be like this. And then this was supposed to go here, but I'm going to go ahead and go with the strength. So get my 170 strength, and then my range, and then, yeah, I'm going to have to form a Yareli. And I really don't want to do that, and I think I remember why, is I regret ever having to form of this one, for one fucking reason. And I'm going to have to do it. She levels slow as fuck. Because, guys, I'm going to let you guys in on the secret. To level a Warframe, the fastest way to do that is through your abilities. And because I can't use Volt to shock everyone in the lobby, to immediately gain levels with her, I have to either waveboard to reduce the damage and then use her ability attack over and over and over and over to level her. Quick. She is a nightmare to level. So I'm probably going to look at, maybe in the future, before I even start doing this build completely, I'm just going to say fuck it, because I'm going to need to have double XP going before I even try leveling her. Because I think even with double XP, it took 4 or 5 runs to max her, and that took like fucking 2.5 to 4 hours of just XP farming to get her to max. And I think I formed her twice, which ended up being a total of like 8 hours. And I don't want to have to do it 2 more times and have 14 fucking hours put in on her without a double XP, because without that double XP, we're probably looking at like fucking 4 hours base for 0 to 30. It's horrible. And I don't feel like doubling 18 hours to fucking 32. Okay, I just don't. Horrible. Alright, back to doing what I'm gonna do, which is go here, and yeah, we'll just kind of save and wait on that, because I don't feel like re-leveling her to fucking level 30. I just do not. It's horrible. Okay. Yeah, not happening on stream, because you know what? Fuck it. I'll show you how fucking slow she levels. Okay? I'm doing blind rage. Oh, I actually have a lens. Hooray. Xenoric or Vozarin, and we're gonna do Xenoric. Yes. Lens Exalt there. And then what we're going to do is come over here, and we are going to go ahead and go into polarization. We are going to use this because I don't have the 80, and it is this one here. We need to be a Y. Okay? And also that's a question. Why? Okay. Boom. Alright, so I didn't lose any of the mods. It's actually really good, which means when I level her up, I will absolutely be able to apply this mod, and I won't have to do it twice, unless I want to just go for this, which I probably won't. For a long time, I probably won't. But let's show you guys how fucking horrible this frame actually is. Now, yes, I could take damage reduction for the fact of her waveboard, but at the same time, like, her damage output is minimal alongside one other thing. How long it takes her to level is absurd. Let's get in and do it. So if we go here, we go to Hydron, where I showed you guys I've done, what, fucking 17 levels and 5 waves. Let's do 5 waves with her. And you're going to see how horrible this actually is. I can't wait for the headache to start. And it's glitched. So I'm going to have to bloopsie and click it again. There we go. Yay, damage reduction. And my only ways to do damage is these little things. Yay, set that out there. Same over here. Same over here. There's my Daiku Prime getting an upgrade. You guys see the issue, right? I just now hit level 3 and it's near the end of wave 2. We are now wave 3 and we are now level 3. And we're about to be on 4. At this rate, I would have to go 30 waves to reach level 30. Only downside is, the higher level I get, the more XP it takes. We'll stay for one more, round 5. Just like we did with the bow. Gotta re-get my energy up. And I'm only level 5 going into wave 5. Which means I'm gonna make it to level 6. And that's probably only get me enough XP to get me up to level 8. That's being real in reality, guys. We'll see though. See, my Daiku Prime is already level 20. Oh, GG. Someone got the Stalker on them. And look at that. Something shredded its shield insta-quick. There we go. Stalker dead. 5, and we're still on 5. Oh, we're on wave 6 now, okay. So it's every 3. Roger. Now remember, guys, we've been in here for 6 waves like we did the other weapon. Think of that for a second. Leave. Just figured I'd show you guys this real quick. So we were in here only for a little bit of time and made it up to 17 on the Daiku. Okay? And then with Yareli, we came in here and done the same thing, and we only made it to 9. And remember, we were basically doing 1 level per round. Till almost, like, what? It was like round fucking 5? And then it was literally less than a level per round. Like, it was like 10 XP less to go up to the next level at the very end of that wave. Which means I was hitting level 6 around round 7. Okay? Just think of that for a second. We would have been in there for about 40 rounds before we hit level 30. At that XP rate. Think of that for a second. And that's why I hate leveling Yareli. She is horrible at leveling. I should say she's one of the horrible ones, because there's multiple horrible. But there's very good versions that go up pretty quickly in level. And Necros is kind of one of the horrible ones. Because again, it's not about the kills. Because he's not really a kill frame. So it takes a second to level him too. But at the same time, it works out in the end. He becomes really good. Compared to Yareli is only good at like nerfing the damage enemies do to you. And you're not really doing too much for your actual squad. Figured I'd point that out there to everyone. Not to mention 17 to 23, and I wasn't even using this weapon. I was on my waveboard having to cast all my abilities to level her, and somehow this was gaining more XP than she was. That's how horrible Yareli is, okay? Just figured I'd show you guys that. Yareli, horrible at leveling. And you can see I don't even have like anything to apply more spots because I have to literally make it up to probably level 20 before I even have a chance at even any extra numbers for this spot. And that's why I'm going to bash my head in when trying to level her. She is complete garbage. Okay? Garbage. And that's why I won't tell people to actually go for her. Don't. Okay? Don't. Horrible. I would prefer a Necros over her any day. I would prefer a Gara over her any day. A Wisp or a Volt over her any day. An Excalibur Umbra over her any day. Okay, just figured I'd go ahead and point that out. She's horrible. But yeah, I do got to level her, and I do got to level the Daiku Prime. And good, I got 15 more spots to level with, so what do I want to throw onto this bow? I can't do multi-shot because this one removes multi-shot, and multi-shot can't be multiplied. Status chance, don't really care because that's on kill. Same as the galvanized, I don't really care because it's on kill. Because again, there as you can see, on headshot, crit shot chance, on headshot, kill. 32 crit chance, so it has to be on a kill. I don't want it to be on a kill, I want it to be immediately when they get hit. Which is going to be Acceleration, Vital Chance, Primal Acuity, Prime Cryo Rounds, Thunderbolts. I might want to look at doing a speed trigger for the fire rate. And then maybe maybe radiated reload. What would that actually create? So radiation is going to be fire and electricity. I don't have electricity there. It does go up to 3,000 damage, but I don't want that. Cryo and this. Viral. Now that actually might work a little bit, because viral damage actually makes them a little weaker to damage. So I might do that. Or even... because we got prime cryo rounds. I'm trying to think, guys. Hold on. Because that does toxin effect, which is same as this one. So we can do that and make that even better, because it is a infected clip on a higher chance. So we get a little higher of that, not by too much, but a little bit. Or you could do fire and ice, which is an explosive. I don't really care about explosive on this one. So we're probably going to be doing something that can strip armor, viral, and then the extra damage to weak spots, which means that I strip the armor, hit the weak spot, do extra damage. We then can throw on a Malignant Force after, which can be even more toxin damage. I just need 7. And then from there, we would use probably a Fast Hands for that, or... ooh, what does electricity do? I forgot.
Corrosive strips armor.
Yeah, no, it does. That's what I said. Already, brother. Said what I said was strip the armor, and then go for the headshot for the extra damage. Oh, corrosive strips armor. So what does viral do again? Because I actually totally forgot. I'd have to go back and look at that. But thank you there, brother, for pointing that out and actually making me look stupid there for a second. Because I actually totally forgot about that.
Bonus damage to HP.
Bonus to... okay. That's still pretty good. Bonus damage to HP alongside having... yeah, that actually might be pretty good. Because without this, I was already hitting for 1,000,000 damage.
Viral does bonus to HP.
Okay, thank you, brother. But back to what I was saying. Without this, before I actually formatted and had to re-level again, this is already hitting for 1,000,000 damage on a headshot, which means possibly we could be hitting for 1.5 now, maybe, especially if I throw on the other thing for that and then throw on faster reload. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is I would love to boost that even more, but the downside, to get 350% weak point damage, I cannot have... well, I was trying to actually point it out, but if you look well down at the bottom there, multi-shot cannot be modified, which means this always stays 1.0. So even if I threw a split chamber on up here, it would just be a wasted spot because it would not actually work with this card. It gets canceled out. So that's the only downside to this card. So that's why I can't use split chamber. So that's why I'm thinking infected and then go with the other thing that also does toxin. So it raises the damage pool to this. And throw on something, maybe it lets me shoot more and like
Put
faster.
Vital Sense on.
Oh yeah, I do have to throw Vital Sense on. That's what the card was going to be right here. And then this one is going to be... where is it? It's the one that lets you hold more arrows. I forget what the actual mod card is, but yeah, it's not this one. Because that's magazine capacity. I don't want mag capacity. I want ammo drum. Ammo maximum. And that'll be what goes right here later. Which I'll go ahead and spin the 20 plat for. Even though I don't have enough room for it. At least I don't think I do. I do. There we go. And then I'll have to, like, you know, go through after leveling again to reset these. But there you go. More ammo the higher damage to health pool alongside the weak point damage, and then this one is the one you pointed out for, which is Vital Sense, I believe. I probably already overlooked it, knowing me. Oh no, it's right here. But I know I have a already leveled version of this. Oh, it's already up there, brother. Vital Sense is right there. Crit
You
damage.
have it already, my B.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention up here because when you said it, I was going down here to look for it. It happens sometimes, man. It happens. But what I am thinking is I actually might throw on, where is it? Yeah, definitely be Malignant Force here. And then we'll throw on like Fast Hands for the reload speed here, and then the ammo drum there. And then later also we'll unlock this and then put one of those on. But yeah, this is probably going to be hitting for a very good amount because at 2,000, what it was before was hitting for 1 million on a correct shot. Will possibly be 1.5 mil now with just these mods, which means I could possibly get it up to 2 million or higher with the proper other mod sets alongside if I actually wanted to go do it, which is Riven dispositions. I just haven't had the thing to want to go do Rivens. But I need to get my Volts back out and stuff like that. But again, I was only doing this to be helpful to new people, to also let see like COD players and other players kind of see this game, to get like an introductory kind of biased about it in order to like try to get new players in the game, because this game actually does deserve a whole lot more players than what it already has on a player base. It's actually one of the best games in my opinion. But anyways there, Michael, thank you for hopping into our stream, man. Also, welcome to our channel. I will be doing more Warframe content down the road. I just kind of wanted to play a different game today and just wanted to go over this while it was on top of my mind when I was doing a everything wrong with Call of Duty of today's CODs type content a little bit ago, and then went over this one right behind it. But I'm going to go play the other game I was going to go play. But I hope you guys enjoy the channel. Anyone that hasn't subbed yet, if you guys like it, please smash the like, subscribe button. Until next time, I love you all. Bye!